Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ecom and Beyond. And today I have Anthony Pittsburgh and my special guest, Robyn, who's from Australia.
Hi, everyone.
So, Anthony, you want to say hello to everyone? I see definitely a
Sure
good
thing.
bunch of people in there so far.
Yeah. What's going on? First person in chat today is Justin Jacobs, so you could give him a point.
Yeah.
Followed by Ray Sandollar. What's going on, my man? A storage scavenger in the house. What's going on? Steven Scroggins. Good morning, dude. Got Cajun Roots Reseller. What's up, Johnny? Reseller Man's in the house. We got Tracy T's Flips. DC Sales, the master of the license plate, is with us. We got John over there at Crocker's Lockers. What's going on, John? Matt BK Vending and Flipping in the house. Got Alexis. What's up? Got Land Shark Picker. What's up, Craig?
Greg.
Old School Picker wants to get this hashtag beard party started. What's going on, Chris? Let's see who else we got here. I think that's about everybody I got so far. Oh, Kelly the Ecom Mom Ward. Good to see you. Glad you're with us. If there's anybody else that I haven't said anything to, feel free to, um, shout me out in the comments, and I'll make sure we say hi to you.
So, today, a little more of a serious show because of what's going on in Australia. We brought Robyn on. She won a item that I auctioned off at the show, and I said, "Hey, do you want to come on?" She said, "Yes." I'm very honored for her to come on, and would love to for her to explain like what's going on over there for some of us who maybe don't know, what's going on. And if you guys would like to help, there's links in the description that will go directly to the causes that they are fighting and battling over there, which would give them a lot of help. So, Robyn, if you just want to, basically just tell the people what's going on in Australia right now, and
Okay. Well, Australia's been affected really badly by the fires. I really don't know that we've had a period or known of a period where there's been this many fires over such a vast area. And there's a lot of life and a lot of homes being damaged and an awful lot of wildlife just being wiped out. They actually think there's going to be several species that are going to go extinct from this. Um, it's we're only at the beginning of our fire season, and we're needing to call in all the reserves from and all the assistance that we can get from all the other countries at the moment. And it's just quite devastating to see what's happening.
yeah, I couldn't believe, um, but what I was watching, and all the fires and stuff, because it looked like, like I don't want to say like a bomb, but the fires were like so high and so big and powerful, and the aftermath of what was happening, and like some of the animals were, just in trouble. They were hurt and burned, and it was just a horrible sight. And for a lot of the rescue people, they have to watch where they're walking because the ground can be still hot, or
Yep.
fires can still pop up and stuff like that. And like you were
Well,
telling me
what's
before too, like with the trees and stuff, like with the roots like getting eaten up and everything too. So it's very dangerous.
Well, see, when our property got hit by the fires, and it literally cleaned the property. It's just black sticks. Um, the fire jumped. Well, we call it. It's technically a creek, but it's the size of a river. It's a very wide space, and it came up over the top, threw out fireballs, and it crowned through the trees, and there was flames over the top, 30, 40 foot high. So it's and those trees, like all the bigger trees and the big root systems on them, they're still burning, and you walk along in maybe a large root system and you fall down. You fall into this pit of hot coals. It actually happened to me, but I was lucky I had my work boots on. But that's what's happening to the fire crews. It's happening to the animals, the wildlife as well.
That's it's almost like walking it through like like quicksand, or you just it's kind of sucked up because the roots aren't there anymore, so you just fall straight down. Me, I'd probably fall real far because how big I am. But yeah, I mean I couldn't believe what I was seeing, like in some of the video footage of the fires and what happened. I mean there was basically most of the wildlife is just gone for the most part. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them got, some of them got saved, and but a lot of them hopefully will make it that did get saved. But it's a fight and a battle, for them starting day one from when they got saved. So
I've seen a lot of videos of people like going up to burnt koalas or burnt kangaroos and kind of just helping them, like put water on them and stuff like that, trying to help get them out of the wild and into some kind of place where they can like properly take care of them and heal them and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really a shame. One thing I noticed, they were calling it fire season or something like that. So is this something that happens like annually in Australia? Or, I mean, obviously probably not on this scale, but is that something that's you guys are somewhat used to, like wildfire?
What we call our fire season is through the hot part of the summer, where you get very dry period, and the fire season generally runs, well, depending on what area you're in, it does change as well. But the fire season generally starts around September and goes through until March. So we're only at the beginning of it. We've still got to get through to February, March, and February, March are the two hottest.
Gotcha.
And because we've been in a drought, there's so much fuel. It's like throwing a packet of lit matches at a crumpled up tissue paper, and it just takes off. Like when it jumped the creek, just even the sparks that were coming off the fire front, they were lighting fires behind us. So we had the fire coming from the left of us, from the east, the west, the north, and then because the embers jumped, they were behind us on the south. And this is what's happening to people. And because we've got the wind and it is so dry, the fires are just traveling with such heat and intensity. They're just taking off and just going like freight train.
It's a shame. I know some people were talking about like even their homes smelt like there was fire inside of it. Have you had that at your house? I know you had a lot of devastation to your property.
Yeah. Basically, all your linen, all your curtains, all your carpeting, all your clothing, that's all it smells like. Like my hubby, he drives like an F-250, and it was down there with us when we were at the fire, and it's over a month, and that's all you can smell in the truck. As soon as you turn the aircon on, you just smell the smoke. And it's a real sickening sort of smell.
I can imagine. Did you have any problems with your inventory?
The property's down in New South Wales. That's where we're building and moving to. But during the week, we're up here in Queensland.
Okay.
And so all my inventory's up here. So no, I didn't have any problems with that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
At least it didn't get to like basically it's like your bank. It's like all the going to have.
Yeah, not only for you, for your husband's business too.
Yeah. Well, he's an electrical contractor, and it's like people's system. A lot of people are rural and they're on standalone systems, like what you call off grid. And so there's lots of all the solar banks, all the pumps, all the lighting systems, like it, the telecommunication cables, even though they're underground, they were burnt, they were melted.
Wow. Did you have trouble with like power going out throughout the country? Like, were power lines and stuff damaged as well?
Yeah. Depending on what area you're in, power went out, water, all the telecommunications went out. Like, could you imagine being a young mum in that sort of situation where they're sort of like trying to care for little ones and feed them, where they've got youngsters generally, it's a big generalization, don't carry cash. Like, I don't carry cash most of the time.
Yeah.
So you can, like, if you're bottle feeding, you didn't have the money to pay for anything, couldn't pay for diapers. There was cases where nursing mums that had milk were feeding 2 and 3 other kids just so they could keep them alive, keep them.
Wow. Yeah, I never even thought of that aspect.
There's a lot to it, and it's like any natural disaster sort of situation, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it's always been this way in the U.S., but it really seems like out of this chaos and just bad stuff happening, like it's really brought your country like closer together. And you know, it's always nice to see people banding together to help one another and to help the wildlife and stuff like that. And I was really touched even to be a part of helping out with the auction the other day. And it's cool even to see eBay. Like if you open up the app, it'll say you can like donate to the wildfire reliefs. And, you know, we've heard in the news like all these famous people that have given to it. So it's just really cool to see like the world kind of get behind Australia in this aspect.
Yeah, no, it's been incredible, the amount of support that's poured through. It's just been amazing. And, you know, the auction that Brad and Jazz organised, wow, that was just so good. And seeing all the resellers coming together, you know, from all over the place, not just Australia, and donating and bidding, and it was just brilliant. It was so good. It was such a, incredible community.
Yeah, it's amazing what we can do if we band together and put together. Because like I'm always up for helping any cause that's needed, but I felt especially strong about doing that for Australia and the wildlife, because this could have this could be something that you guys would be suffering for years and years to come. This isn't just you have to rebuild a building or whatever. This is you're basically like your whole wildlife and everything all around you. You know what I mean? Like that, and like you said, your power lines got taken down, so that's got to get rebuilt. You got to get houses rebuilt. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So it just it's so devastating to see that. I still can't believe what I'm seeing. It was like a huge inferno, basically going down. Because there was a video I watched last night that I think somebody was trying to basically stay and fight the fire and kind of protect their house or their stuff or whatever. And he or she was like surrounded by flames, and at that point, there's nothing you can do but just hope that whatever you're around isn't gonna catch. But I mean, like, it was literally like all around him, and he was super close out of it. They only showed so much of the video, so hopefully whoever that was okay. But man, you're not at any chance but you had very little chance of survival at that rate.
Mm.
But
The
yeah, I
thing,
mean, good.
so the thing is, because it's still so dry, even though they get a little bit of rain, there hasn't been any major rainfall. So with the little bit, what does green up, if they don't get rain, is just going to die back off, and it's just going to add more fuel, and all these places that have already been burnt can reburn.
Wow.
That's even crazy just to even think that could happen again.
Yeah, especially with the fact that Australia is so spread out and you guys have a lot of wild area. If it was like more, I know you have cities there, but I feel like there should be some kind of measure they can take to kind of avoid that, even if they're installing like sprinkler systems or something like that. But then when you think of all the uninhabited areas, that kind of makes that a little bit untangible.
Yeah, they have like how we have like our parks. They have like their like reserves and stuff. Oh, we lost Robyn for a second.
On our property, we have 70 acres under reserve. Am I back?
Yep, you're back.
Have you got me? Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I was saying, like on our property, we've got a voluntary conservation agreement, and our land backs onto national forest, surrounded by bush. And actually, one of the things that happen with the trees, like the force of the wind that the fires created, the heat that they got trees, and they're like that. They've just gone over, and you see them the way that the fire was traveling. All these trees, the tops of them are touching the ground. They're just all bent over, and it's all the way up the hill. It's sort of like they melted the trees.
Wow. It's a shame. I know that there's several people in the chat that have voiced that they would love to see another auction take place, at some point, just to continue the efforts and the cause to kind of help in Australia move along. So I think that's awesome. There's a lot of people that had said they'd like to have donated, but they didn't get the chance. There are links down below, guys. If anyone's interested in donating this morning, you can feel free to click any of those various links, and it'll take you to a website where you can go and contribute to the efforts and the cause that's going on over there.
It takes you to Brad and Jazz's Facebook fundraiser page where we donated for the auction. So we're just adding on to those funds.
Yeah.
So it's all going to go directly to there. There's no money that gets taken from Facebook or anything like that. There's no fees or anything or any type of thing like that. So it all goes to the appropriate thing that you donate to, because there's 3 different ones. There's one for the wildlife, there's one for the firemen, and there's one for what was the other one?
I think the Red Cross.
Yeah, right. So if anyone would like to, it really touched my heart, and I know it would touch Anthony's for sure, and we'd really appreciate that that you guys would do that. If you can't, no worries. That's not a problem. But it really goes out, and we appreciate it.
Thank you for any donations and support.
Yeah, because this is still ongoing. The end of this is there. It's not in sight yet. They're still battling it every day, and hopefully, it does end soon. But anything that we're able to donate or give will help go towards that. Stopping it or conserving or rescuing efforts of what's going on over there.
Do you know Drew from Look My Mum Hustling?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was over at his folks this afternoon, and while he was there, they just got another emergency fire warning. So they're on full alert apparently now.
Wow.
Yeah. But you look at
Tommy. Oh, good. Good, Robyn.
We still good?
Yeah, you're good.
Tommy the Bargain Effect said he just got done doing hip hop abs workout. I would love to see that. That'd be an amazing video.
That might go viral.
Yeah.
Just Tommy going to the music and doing a workout. Apparently, says my town was victim of the fire as well a little over a year ago. The fire burned for 2 months.
Wow. How long has the fire been burning now in Australia, Robyn?
Okay. Where I am, we got hit in the beginning of the end of September. Where my sister is, they started around the end of August. The fires hit there. So they've sort of been running since August, but they're just intensifying and they're spreading. They're spreading so far. It's incredible.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's like what, 4 or 5 months? That's amazing that wow.
Once it started hitting the major cities or getting onto the major cities, it got a lot more publicity, but they had been going before that, but they've also intensified as well, because as it's getting hotter and we're getting those hot, dry winds, it's spreading the fires and really, really quickly. And it makes them more difficult to fight. Yeah.
Eric Bischoff was asking if most of the fires were started by arson.
No.
And if so, have they caught anyone?
Yes. I'm not sure how many they've caught now, but it's like any country. If there's news about fires, you're going to get a firebug. And we've got them. They've locked some up. There's some that will not be released until after the end of the fire season, and they are being charged. Not all the fires have been lit by arson. A lot have. We've got a lot of dry lightning at the moment, and it's just like you just can't hit a tree and it's off. The other thing is machinery, glass, reflecting. There's all sorts of things for starting it. It's not just down to one thing.
I think we lost Robyn.
Yeah. Oh, she's back.
She's back.
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good. You're back again.
Good. Sorry, I'm dropping in and out a little bit on me.
It's okay.
That's okay.
I'm curious, what did it mean to you to be able to contribute like you did to the auction the other day, like to help your country like that?
Actually.
She might have to.
It was just.
Robyn, you might have to. It's real like digital sounding.
Yeah, it's like R2D2-esque.
You might want to. There you go. I was going to say close and restart. if anyone doesn't know, she donated a very sought after piece of clothing that was basically made by I think it was a designer, I believe, Mambo.
Yeah,
That's what it was called, and I mean, it was an awesome piece. Wow, that was cool. Like she rejoined back in and just automatically popped her in.
that's awesome. Can you hear us, Robyn? There she is. Are you able to hear us, Robyn?
Eric says, I think of a nice punishment for them, a little burning at the stake. Sorry, that's probably brutal, but it's crazy that people would do something that could create so much damage. Like even if it was just like a small little acreage that burned because of what they did or whatever, it still added to the amount of damage and possibly could even fuel what is already going on. And like who would really want to burn their country like that? You know what I mean? Like it would take some evil people to
just gonna say that
to want to do something like that all it can hurt someone you're mad at or whatever the case is, but to hurt innocent wildlife and the rest of the people in the country. I mean, those people live there. They have to deal with what's going on and everything else, and then they're going to do that on top. So, yeah, I mean, something. I hope whoever did that, gets a very, very stiff punishment. That's very, very much for sure. Because
I would imagine that they're definitely going to be pretty well punished for doing that. I mean, that's just, dude, I can't even imagine. But yeah, I would imagine that they would make a example out of anyone that's caught contributing to the destruction.
Right.
I definitely would.
It would have to be pretty massive.
Hi, are we back?
Robyn, yeah,
you're back.
Awesome.
I just had to jump right out and come back.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping, that it would it kind of work itself out. Sometimes StreamYard's weird with internet and everything. But yeah, like how many
internet reception here is really good.
Yeah, I'm sure with everything going on, it can be off and on with everything.
Absolutely, Ray. That's exactly what it is. Said the devil's working overtime. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine the thought process of whoever did that. Even if I was like down on my worst luck or whatever, and just wanted to, just hate the world or whatever, I would never do that. Never.
Yeah. So the question I was asking, like right when we kind of lost you, was what did it mean to you to be able to give such a priceless piece towards supporting your country? Because that was really something. I mean, you definitely had the piece of the night.
Well, when I knew I had something good, and that's why I offered it up, but it wasn't until I went to have it verified and I spoke to the curator that I realized I found out how good it was. But I had already offered it up, and so I held with my offer, and like I'm proud to have been able to do it. It's Cara donated her funds to WIRES, the Wildlife Rescue, and they really do need the funds. So I'm just really, really grateful that it got a good price and that it's going to a really, really good cause.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree. Nate, can you pull up the screen share? I just wanted to show everybody the piece that she donated. It was a one of a kind. I don't know if you want to describe it at all to anyone that hasn't heard the story of this piece, but it definitely was a one of a kind piece, and it was just amazing. The backstory of it.
Yeah, it's a Mambo shirt. It's a Mambo BC done by and it's like that beatnik pattern with the music, like the bass guitars, about like female form, and it's not like like your Mambo loud. This is like a cotton, a brush cotton. We call them a flannelette shirt, and was produced in very, very limited numbers, a special release. And the curator that does curating for Mambo, she actually did a bio on it and validated. Plus, also, I spoke to Jeff Raglis, who was the actual artist for the shirt, and so he gave me a bit more information, and it's just been really, really brilliant.
Yeah, it was super cool to hear the story of the shirt and how you had it authenticated and everything like that. Just proving how priceless of a piece it was. So I was, man, that was an amazing shirt. Had it been a 4X, I'd probably have been bidding on it. Eric Bischoff sent me a.
Oh, if it was a 4X or a 3X, I think that. Sorry, Eric Bishop.
Eric Bischoff. Yeah, Eric Bischoff sent a text of the devastation.
Yeah, you're lagging a little bit.
Yeah. Eric Bischoff sent a picture of the devastation that happened near him before, and that's like the power lines like all melted, but he just said in the chat, but it shows us it reminds him of who's in complete control because there's like a cross left behind. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a real shame everything that happened, but it's so cool to see everybody stepping up in the way they did, and I was just super proud of the community. Did that auction and all the efforts you guys put forth that day, did that catch any kind of media attention or anything like that?
Well, I don't know. I think you would need to speak to Brad and Jazz about that. If there was, I haven't seen it, and it'd need to, but maybe Brad and Jazz have something at their end that I don't know about.
Yeah. Do you personally know Brad and Jazz? Like, do you live near them, or do you guys have you just met through YouTube?
We've only met through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm nowhere near them. I'm like hundreds of miles away from them. I actually couldn't tell you how far it was. Yeah, they're in Adelaide and I'm in Brisbane in Queensland. We're in completely different states. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrible with geography, so I was curious because I know they're near some people, but I mean, you guys have a huge country as well, so that'd be like you saying to me like, hey, do you know such and such a American YouTuber? And it's like, well, probably not because they're so far away. Luckily, I know Nate though. We live in the same city. We're still about an hour away, even being in the same city, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I haven't actually met another reseller in my city.
Really?
Tommy and Rod are pretty close. Yeah. And Ron.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Rod's really awesome. He's a great channel.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
character.
I've really enjoyed diving into the Australian resale community and just getting to know everybody and just seeing how things work over there. It's always been part of my bucket list to visit Australia. It's like one of those places I've always wanted to go. So it's cool, like even being able to visit through like the camera lenses that you guys share.
How different do you find it to yourselves?
How different do we find what?
The reselling community over here to the reselling community over where you are.
Well, personally, I think there's a lot less drama in the reselling community that I've seen overseas. In America, there's a lot of division, a lot of clickiness. But as far as the actual reselling goes, in America, Amazon's kind of bigger than eBay. Whereas I know from talking with Brad and Jazz, Amazon's not really too big over there in Australia. Now, just from what I've seen, like most of the people that I watch, it looks like clothing is really big over there as far as like selling and stuff like that. I mean, that's big here too, but it doesn't seem too different outside of the whole garage sale, yard sale thing. That do you guys do that over there? Because I'm not sure that I've seen any like garage sale or yard sale type videos.
Yep.
In Australia yet.
Garage sales run all year round. Definitely, there's more in summer than there are in winter, but the garage sales run all year round. Plus, there's what we have is fakes, different charity events like church auctions and stuff like that. Then they've started in some areas. You'll get car boot sales, and there's quite a few different areas that you can. Just depends on where you are, though, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, Jenny. Jenny said Rob, the Aussie VHS thrifter, does yard sales. And I do watch Rob. Most of the videos I've seen of him, he's going to like flea markets and stuff like that. But awesome. Yeah, I'll have to watch a little bit more of his stuff. Admittedly, there's so many different content creators that I really enjoy watching. So I'm gonna have to get a little bit more deep into it.
Yeah, I think that like between here and overseas, like fashion is a little more, and clothing are a little more. Like there's more of it. There's like a bunch more. Like there might be more brands and designers, I believe. Like because I'll hear stuff that I've never heard over here, but I'm also not I don't have the highest IQ on all the clothing brands and all that as well. So that might be also the reason why I think that. But
no, I think we find the same way. Like you guys talk about brands that we don't have here and that we don't know about, and that are popular for you, and then sort of like we'll catch on to that and start looking for them, and then either sell them local or open them up for international. But our post is a killer.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Luckily for us, we have simple export through Pirate Ship. That's been a huge help for me with selling international and like shipping off your mug and stuff like that. I'm able to do it at a pretty decent rate because it goes by weight. It's really just pretty cheap for what it how far it's really going compared to what shipping something in the United States is.
Yeah, that's what I did with pretty much everything I auctioned off the other day was simple export.
Yeah, I was definitely keeping that in mind whenever I was setting up my lots. I was a little nervous about the turtles because I knew there was both going to be together, but they were right under 3 pounds, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, to ship three, like the 3 pound pack.
Something.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I mismeasured something. I misguessed small. And I actually did go to send it. Oh my goodness, it went straight up to another level, and it was just like, it hit me hard. You've just got to be so careful. Like it could be, a couple of grams or, a centimetre, and you're well and truly into a new level that you've got to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is here too. And when we ship within the United States, like ship a box, and it could be 1 inch difference, and next you're paying like $6 more for just 1 inch difference in whatever size.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jordan. Buying space. Good morning.
Yep. Glad that you are back today. I love how organized you are, Robyn. Like just seeing your setup behind it. Everything looks so like nicely organized.
Like, I'll show you if you want to know.
There's nothing.
If you want to have a look.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll try. Okay, so this is messy. That's my cleaning station over there. Washing machine. There's a dryer at the other end because it's too hot to have in here. The sink. Through right over there is lots and lots of dead stock right at the back wall there. All of that stuff that's right out there, that's for sale, or it's still stuff that I've got to sort, like there's bags and bags of linen and fabrics and clothing. This is the area that, that's my, I'm trying to work this out, left, right, up, down, yep. That's my photo booth. Now, going back, that's my sewing packing table. And I'll come back around here. In this section here, but besides that line there, everything is all clothing and clothing up the back. Then the racks that run all the way along there, they've got shoes, CDs, records. Sorry. Lighting, all different things, and behind that there's one, two more double bags behind there. So through there, it's yeah, that's my space.
How big of a space is that you have?
So, and then further back, 24 meters that way, and, about 30 meters the other way. Yeah. So each one of those sections is 6 meters. So there's one.
And a meter would be like 3 feet. Is that right? Or am I wrong?
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, it's a little over.
I was trying to calculate what a meter was in my brain because they don't teach us that in the U.S. We go by like inches and feet and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's like a yard.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it would be like 3 feet then. Is that right?
Yeah.
3 feet to a meter. Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 3.2 or so foot a meter. So that's a pretty big space you have. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could move into my dad's warehouse. He has a 15,000 square foot building. So it's huge. It's all flat, has a dock and all that. So I can, if I would move into that space, it would be, game on for sure for me. Soon, hopefully soon.
DC Cell says they teach it, we just don't learn it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like math is not my thing anyway. So
I'm shocking at maths at school.
Even if they taught me it, I probably wouldn't have learned it either. So I don't know.
So you showed us a little bit of what you do sell. What is your main things? Is it clothes, or is it, what is one of your main things that you do?
Clothes are definitely the bread and butter. I do a lot of vintage, and I've got a little, and I do a lot of vintage homewares, vintage antique homewares, and there's a little bit of a really fortunate network of all these lovely grannies who are cleaning out their houses before they, turn up their toes and saying, take it away. And the family's going, whatever you can take, don't want to deal with it. So I drop off bins and they give me a call when they want me to come and get them. So it's whatever's there. Some of it's just absolutely shocking that you just want to throw out, but then there's some absolute pearlers in there. But the other thing we do is we get warehouse cleanouts, so businesses that are folded, and also home clear outs. So we get all sorts of things. I'm even selling kitchen sinks.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a few people that do like clean outs and things like that. Amy Marsden, who watches our channel, she started reselling, and she gets stuff that people, or either going to donate or throw away, and she's done pretty well starting out. And now she really wants to go full time with it, which is awesome. She started reselling during one of our working hangouts we do during our evenings, which basically would be, I believe, your morning. And we just kind of hang out and work, and she saw what we're doing, and she was like, hey, I can do that. So she started listing on eBay. So that was awesome. But that's what she does, and I would love to find warehouses that we're doing some clean outs and stuff like that, because a lot of electronics come out of there, like computers, even the older ones, for free. You can definitely part out and make some money, and other things as well, racks and different storage things. That's what I would want to get. I'd want to get like almost like a clothing rack, or just another shelf. I keep buying them from Walmart because I would keep buying like the good like metal ones, and boy, those are expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, being like in an industrial estate, because this warehouse is in a proper industrial estate, which is very fortunate that we're right in the back. So all my racking, all of this racking has all come for free. It's what they've been, somebody's been moving out, throwing out, or it's come out of the metal bins.
Awesome.
I've been really, really fortunate.
That's really cool. Yeah, I need to get up on some of that.
I'd hate to be trying to pay for it. Yeah, in the warehouse, I don't know the industrial sites, what they're like around you, whether they will sell off. But if you know of businesses that are closing, I know they're all trying to get rid of their racking. In shop closed, like all of this, this racking came from an electrical store. and they were shutting the doors, and it was, anybody wants it. Some of the scrap yards too have it. Do you have scrap yards over there?
We do.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I have one like less than 5 minutes from my house. I don't do a whole lot of scrapping, but I have scrapped a few things in the past.
Yeah, there's actually a business closing near us. Anthony, we'll have to go check out see if they have any rack or anything they're getting rid of.
I don't. Quite
Actually,
often they'll sell it.
Yeah, we have some fixtures at the house that we've bought out from stores closing.
Even
like I have.
Quite often the scrap yards will sell stuff back to you, so like somebody else has scrapped it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I never really thought about getting any shelves from there. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There's a couple by me that that's I thought they're mostly cars for the most part and other stuff, but actually there's one right next to my town, but I've never seen them with any like units, like bigger units or shelving or anything. Because I used to drive past there going sourcing sometimes, and I would go out there and look. I think we lost Robyn again.
Yeah.
Feels so bad or it's.
So there's a lot of cookies flowing through the chat. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Reselling Addicts and to Adventures in Reselling with Victoria. If you want some of them cookie points.
We got Fat Man the Flipper in the house. Boom shakalaka.
What's up, Alex?
If you guys haven't seen his newest video, check it out. He has the GoPro. I think it's the GoPro 360. You said it was, and it's so awesome that I might have to get that on top of my 7 that I have.
Yeah, I believe you're back, Robyn.
Alex, have you got the? I'm pretty sure you can throw the link in the chat for your video if you want people to check it out.
Oh, that's cool. Alex said, sorry I'm late. I was watching Anthony go to the bins with Nate. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys are interested, there's a collab video that was released on my channel today of me and Nate at the bins. The sound quality is not great because the music was blasting, so I had to kind of crank up music over it.
Here, I think.
But I always enjoy watching people dig through bins. So if you want to see something like that, make sure you check out my channel after the show.
Yeah, Robyn seems to have some bad connection. Robyn, try maybe like going out and coming right back in again. Maybe that might help. Because you're really like pixelated and not moving. I feel so bad. I hate when that happens.
Love to have.
So I saw some people talking about cookies in the chat. I have to give out some points today. What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you think we should do for it?
This is your choice today. I made the choice yesterday. I gotta start thinking of a.
All right. So why don't we do this? Do you have a link to Robyn's channel down below?
I really don't think she was doing content. Really, let me double check. I think she just had a couple like
What's up,
different.
Anthony?
I think she just had a couple of like different videos.
Larry Lafferty is saying he's going live Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. before Gentoria's show. That's why I started calling him last night Gentoria. They're kind of like you and me, Nate. They're kind of like attached at the hip on YouTube.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
So,
So why don't we do this to give away some points? Why don't you guys take those links down below and share them out on social media? The link for it could be any of the links for the charity, and just do me a favor, screenshot the share, post it in our Facebook group, and by the end of the show, we'll get you guys some points for it, just so we can spread a little more awareness of what's going on in Australia.
We lost Robyn again.
Either that, or if somebody wants to go actually donate, we'll give you points for that as well.
So Veronica, she said, thank you to everyone here who has supported me, boosted me up. You are all awesome. Thank you very much. We do this together, us as a whole, everyone in the chat who's here today, and me and Anthony, of course. But we're all a team. You know what I mean? This isn't just our show. We do this for everyone, and this is the reason why we do this. Like, it's like our get up and get motivated type thing, and we're here to help everyone and to give everyone a boost. You know what I mean? From simple questions to some people could be stuff that's really stopping them from getting bigger to whatever. So we appreciate everyone who come out and support us day in day out, and it's really awesome to know whenever we go live, we know these people, or X amount of people are going to be there to support us no matter what. So thank you.
I think they're trying to figure out who somebody is. But yeah, definitely, I'm happy to hear that you feel that way, because I know we feel that way about you guys as well.
That's part of the reason why I'm down here in my basement, just to give better lives.
The green room at all, Nate?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try to link Robyn for you behind space.
She's in there now. Let's see.
Okay. Robyn, if you can hear us, can you type in the chat so that we can link your channel? Hey, good morning, Brandon. Good to see you, my man.
So, Brandon. Tink's Treasure says, I'm new and I'm realizing how wonderful you all are. Just a great group. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thanks, Nana Tank. I appreciate that. You're pretty awesome too.
While we're trying to get Robyn back in, and maybe some other people are sharing this out for the links that are in the description. If you guys want to share your links to your channels, or if you have anything going on, please let everyone know what you're doing, because we all want to support each other. It's part of what we do, and we love to support one another. So if you are blue, put them links out there. If you aren't blue, let me know, and I will make sure you are blue. We lost Robyn again. I think her internet just decided to take a...
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable with everything that's going on over there.
Yeah.
I will try to get her channel for you. I'm having trouble finding it on YouTube right now. I guess because there's like several people that have the same spelling.
I know. Let me see. Pretty sure I'm stumped to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I was too, but if anybody has her link, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'd appreciate that. That'd be worth some points too.
I found it.
Okay, cool.
I know.
How about a point for every single person that goes and subscribes? So if you guys want to go and just put the number of subscriber you are on her channel, we'll give you guys each a point for that as well.
I think she's back. Hopefully she can get in. There we go. You back? You back, Robyn? Oh no.
She has a good bit of videos about the fires on her channel as well.
We got Alex.
If you would just keep track of that, I'll let you know if I see anything else. Jenny just shared out Johnny's channel, Cajun Roots Reseller. He's at 110 right now. Johnny, if you're in the chat right now, man, we'll have to have you on the show one of these mornings to help you pick up some more subscribers. Thank you to everybody that has posted your numbers thus far. Everybody that posts it will get a point. I see Reselling Addicts has it. Sand Dollar, Cherry Picker. Okay, so Johnny is in the chat still. Yeah, Johnny, you'll have to come on one of these mornings. Help you get a few more subs.
Reselling Addicts 1. You said the cherry picker, right?
Yep.
And like we said, this is all entries for our giveaway. So if someone has 99 and you have 1, you still have the same chance. Well, not the same chance because they have more entries, but you still have a chance.
The numbers are for like whatever. So the points are for our giveaway. The numbers are for like letting us know that you went and subscribed to the person, letting the person know that you went and subscribed to them as well.
Cajun Roots is on the board.
Nana Tink's at 50. Let me check out your channel, Nana Tink. I don't know if I have you yet. Go to channel. No, I don't have you yet, Nana Tink. So I am number 57 for you. Yeah, guys, I think it's awesome to be able to support each other. Alexis, Nate dropped the link for Robyn's channel.
I'll drop it again.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I think it's really cool to be able to support one another and help each other grow.
I'm 59 for Nana Tink Treasures.
Yeah, Nana Tink's close to us too, Nate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Where are you at? Where's she at?
I'm not sure what part, but she's only like 40, 45 minutes from the bins or something like that.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. Eric says, "Get me to 1,000, and I'll put out a video." Where are you at, Eric? Do you have subscribers?
I think Robyn's back.
Yeah, she said.
There
There we go.
Oh, good. I went and opened up the warehouse doors. I was wondering if I had a Faraday's cage there for a while, but it's just really bad reception.
Understandable.
I'm glad we got you back up and running now. We got you some people checking out your channel, subbing to your channel.
Okay.
This way they're showing love.
I haven't put any reselling type videos up there yet. It's I just put some of the fire stuff up there if people wanted to have a look, but not any of the real horrific stuff. It was just a bit too horrible to do that.
Yeah,
Right.
Understandable. Banana Tink's in Johnstown.
Okay, well she's right worth Elo then.
Yep.
So we can get a twofer if we go out that way.
Yep. That's true.
I want to go out towards Indiana anyway. Maybe Thursday.
There you go.
Is that your critter?
Might see me turn into Rambo real quick.
Oh yeah, he's looking for Master Splinter.
I hear some noises down here.
Dude, Nate, show him what you're gonna get Splinter with.
Rat-a-tat-tat. I'm not playing this morning.
Might have killer frogs down there.
No, not frogs. Master Splinters. Some mice, rats, something. They will not go near the traps. I got a bucket trap. I got 4 or 5 normal like mouse traps or whatever. Nothing.
But they don't like your brand of peanut butter?
I guess. I mean, I bought Top Shelf. I got the Jiffy. No great value Walmart brand or anything. I went Top Shelf for them. I think they would be appreciative.
Somebody told me, I'm trying to remember what it was. Something, it wasn't peanut butter. It was something else that they really like.
Hey guys, also check out Crocker Lockers. They're close to 1K. So we can help get them to 1K. That would be amazing. So pretty sure they're blue. So Crocker Lockers, throw your link out there, man.
Yeah, they're at 932 right now, so they're getting close.
Heck yeah, let's do it. I want
There's so
everyone
many names. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Good.
There's so many names that are showing up in your channel that I have never seen before on any of the other shows. It's just proves how many people are out there.
Yeah, that was like how it was this morning when I was up at what time did I go to bed? Like 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, my time. I went I was in Rod's channel, and I recognize a few because they're in Tommy's channel, or they come to different channels or whatever. So it's always nice to meet new people and get a different aspect of reselling, or maybe what they're doing. Like you guys do things a little bit different sometimes, or source a couple different items that maybe I wouldn't buy. But I do a lot of international shipping too, so I like knowing what's going on overseas in the UK and in Australia and stuff like that, because like I sell a lot of Funkos and a lot of toys out your way. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would say I at least have 1 or 2 shipments going out to Australia at least every month.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do a lot of international stuff.
I don't do much international. Yeah. I suppose a lot of my stuff is breakables as well. So I'm always a little bit wary about that.
think there's a thing over here, like for the sewage. So I think the one that's trapped, I got trapped down there, is going over here trying to get out of the other one. But
We
that
need
one,
to have a live stream of Nate trying to get this rat and this thing just eluding him the whole time. He's like the bearded Elmer Fudd.
I pitied the fool. I pitied the fool to mess with my inventory.
Mm.
Well, it was funny because I come home from work and I was actually talking to Alex the one day, and my wife heard a noise or whatever. She was like, open the door. She's like, "You're so lucky." And she had a baseball bat in her hand. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, I didn't know it was you coming home from work. And I was on the phone with Alex, and she was like, "Who are you talking to?" And she was really wound up, like she's gonna hit me with the bat. I said, "Are we a little feisty this morning, or tonight? Because, geez, you're just trying to swing at my head for all types of reasons." And then I go downstairs. Right before I go downstairs, she hands me the BB gun, and I'm like, "What is this?" And she's like, "For your furry friend down there." I says, "Well, luckily I got good aim, but I don't really want to start shooting my inventory now."
Yeah, that's true.
I says, "She'd be down here. She'd hear something. She would just start spraying the ceiling. She probably does not shoot." She tried to shoot better than me.
Amber don't play.
She probably could shoot pretty good. I never really went to target practice.
Apparently, females are very good shots.
Alex says my house sounds very dangerous.
Yeah, for sure.
If you are not wanted at my house, it is very dangerous. But if you are wanted, like how Mama's wanted to come visit, or expected to come visit, it will be very safe for her. She'll sleep very good at night.
Nate's got them bats and gats.
I'm like the guy from drinking, what was that movie called? Drinking gin juice in the hood or whatever, and it has a scud missile.
You talking about what is it? Don't be a menace.
Yeah, don't be
about drinking your juice in the hood. Yeah.
I'm like the guy with the postal vehicle with the scud missile or whatever in the back of it. Because they start pulling out different guns, and they just keep getting bigger ones. Another one has a rocket launcher. Someone else has a missile. It was like, it's pretty funny. You got to definitely check that one and watch it.
Do you see John Jones? GoFundMe to buy Mama a bulletproof vest.
Mama's safe. You ain't gotta worry about Mama. Anybody who come here, any furry friends or any unwanted guests?
Alexis said today is an I want to quit day. So much to catch up. Yeah, I understand that. Just hang in there though, because it's gonna get better.
We all get like that, especially me sometimes, because some days you have a bad day at work, and I come home and it's like you just get the downs, and it's like I'm never gonna get full time. This is never gonna happen. I'm gonna be doing this and working this job that I hate forever. But honestly, like that's all it should fuel you to whatever you feel that's stopping you should be fueling you to get better and to motivate you to get past whatever you're having problems with.
Mel back from burnout is a really great motivator.
Yeah.
She's like boot camp motivator.
From what I was hearing, the amount of stuff that she gets done in a period while watching or taking care of her kids and everything else, it's just amazing from what I've heard, and
She's a little pocket rocket.
Yeah, she was watching one of the shows. This was last night or the night before, and she had a bunch of listings done, and she got a bunch of photos taken. I'm like, wow, I'm sitting here watching, trying to like enjoy the rest of my night before I go to bed, and she's pumping out listings like it's no tomorrow. So it got me motivated, because right now, because of the current status of Master Splinter, which I think I got him, I think he's gone. I think. But I hear something, so who knows? Maybe it's a little baby one or something now. once I get everything taken care of, I can start like really organizing and getting back to business down here and taking care of business because I want to start getting my eBay stuff up. I have all these extra listings that are kind of just going to waste because I upgrade to the next biggest store because I have over 300 listings and I didn't want to pay all those fees. Well, during Christmas, I was up to close to 400 listings. Now I'm at like 310. So I'm just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Like I think right now I sold 4 things last night, and I sell something else. No, yeah, I sold 4 things last night, so I'm under 310 now. So I really got to get my butt in gear.
But you do Amazon as well, don't you?
Yeah,
Or is that
Amazon.
including?
Yeah, Amazon is about it's about 85% of my business probably. It's
Yeah.
definitely a giant chunk, and that's why it's kind of um, like my gross per month is kind of variable a little bit, like from say 10K to like 6.5, because of just what I have in there, what I'm able to get. I'm starting to do wholesale. Me and Anthony are both doing, and I'm hoping to give that like a little more steady of a stream of business, like an
Mm-hmm.
additional. It's not going to be a lot like money per sale, but it's at least they're going to be like a base that I can pretty much kind of guarantee, every month. Because as I go forward into getting closer to full time and everything like that, the more base that I have, or the more steady of a cash flow that I have, like with different profit streams and stuff, the better I'll feel going into full time. I might even do it sooner if I can really get the wholesale to really take off, because that means anything that I'm finding on top of that is just like kind of gravy on top.
For sure.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I sold 4 things last night on eBay. So I don't know if it's me just listing a few things, last couple of days. I don't know.
Yeah, listing definitely helps. That's
Yeah,
what I need to like list a lot today. That's my plan, at least.
yeah. I gotta get at least I gotta get 4 things out, of course, but I have to get like a replenishment ship to Amazon of stuff that I already have because I went heavy on them,
Yeah.
knowing that it would, either sell pretty quick or, really quick, and it sold really quick. So I'm gonna send all that stuff in. Probably what's today, Wednesday. I'll send out tomorrow. So hit the warehouse Friday, and that'll keep me going because it's been starting to get steady again for me on Amazon. Starting to get that $200, $300 range again.
That's good. Yeah, I need to get my numbers up on Amazon for sure. Might start a new repricer at some point soon. So we'll see.
Yeah, my death piles have been mixed in with my inventory piles because of moving down here and just kind of how everything was kind of situated. I bought a bunch of clothes at a garage sale
Mm-hmm.
during garage sale season, of course, and they kind of got mixed because my wife took a bunch of pictures for me, but some of the pictures weren't good enough. That noise. They weren't good enough, like for me or whatever. Like I didn't like them or whatever. There we go.
Oh, sorry, don't know what. It just went bing, kick me out.
That was pretty cool how you had yourself picture in a picture.
Good morning, Destiny. Tommy's asking, do I want to do a hangout today? Yeah, I'm down, Tommy. Send me a link whenever you're doing it. I should be around. Preferably in the afternoon sometime would work great for me.
Art Vandalay said that he did eight I did 8 listings yesterday. Organized my workspace. I would close the list. Just don't have good lighting. It's an overcast in my area, and I haven't bought any good ring light yet. Um, I'm real happy with the light I have down here. So that will be a huge help for my clothing because my pictures were really, you know, they weren't to be desired. I would say it wasn't doing my items any justice or helping them get sold. So some of them I want to redo. Some of them I just have to go back and say, okay, well, this is a list that I got to set aside or whatever. But that's exactly what you want to do. You want to get those listings up, have a better shot at having a chance for a sale. Maggie says she's also been doing regular repricing, and that really helped her FBA sales. Basically, in my opinion, that there's 2 ways you can do Amazon FBA. You can set it and forget it, but that leaves you a lot of chance of having people sneak in front of you with the repricers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or you go for like what I do with my repricer. I set it at where I'm happy at selling, basically at 100% ROI or up. And then as long as it hasn't sat too long, then I kind of just leave it and forget it. And then I go back and I check it out and see what it's doing, what the listing's doing. If it's at the point where it's been there for a few months, like 6 months or so, then I just kind of liquidation it out at $0 profit and do it for free, basically.
Makes sense.
But I don't want to get those storage fees rolling in, and like now, thank goodness it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be back to 60 cents a cubic foot. It was like 4 times that. So Maggie says I haven't tried repricers and haven't been able to set them up to my satisfaction. Maggie, the one that I use is Aura. It's pretty simple to set up for the most part. I really like it, and the thing that's really amazing about Aura is the guys that stand behind them. If you would message one of them with like inside the app after you sign in to try it for the 30 days, no, I'm sorry, 14-day trial. If you would actually message them within the app, they'll actually set up a video call and really help you dial in that. Yeah, let me get you a link for that. I have it on one of my videos. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll give you this link. It'll get you it'll give you 14-day trial, and then if you decide to go with the repricer, using my link will actually save you some money too. I believe it's 15% you'll save by using that. Let me find the video. Man, I got a lot of work and hangouts and stuff going on.
Yeah, I hear you there. You should start putting that in all of your descriptions, Nate. That
Yeah,
way
I need to make like a base thing for my videos. So I kind of go by one, but like I don't have all the links I need in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good recommendation for sure.
Yeah, dude, just get a notepad on your computer and just keep it all there for copy and paste.
Right.
That's what I try to do.
Is that for your listing?
No, it's for the YouTube video.
Okay.
That way, like in case anybody wants to click on any of your links or any of that stuff, they can just go to your description and normally have all your stuff there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good idea. So I'm still getting a bit of a lag.
Yeah, you're looking a lot better now though than you were earlier. So is there anything that you would like to share, about anything that you do, Robyn, for anybody that might not know you yet?
Okay. Um, I worked in retail. Um, that's not actually my career, so to speak. My career was as an analyst, a criminal analyst. And then I got out of that. It was a life I didn't really want to be involved in any longer. And I went into operational management in retail. So I used to manage some pretty large company stuff. And then I was I was getting burnt out, really, really burnt out, because I'd be working, anywhere 60, 70 hours a week. It was a normal week, sometimes more. And not necessarily always agreeing with the company philosophy or direction, and or how they treated their staff. And then one day, after my hubby had sort of been going, get out of it, get out of it. We can survive without that. And I would give up, and I kept going. And then eventually it just came to a point one day, and that was it. I drew a line under it. And then went, oh my God, what am I going to do now? And it was like sitting around and like, holy hell, what am I actually going to do? And it was just, I stumbled across something on YouTube. I must have been surfing or something, the channels. And I had sold on eBay before, and I sold quite a lot on Facebook Marketplace. But I'd never thought about it as actually something serious. And once I got a bit more educated on it, as you do when like I was trolling videos after videos, and that's how I managed to get different links with different people after watching their videos and seeing their chats and their workout hangouts. And I went, I can do this. Decided to give it a crack. I think the first day and the first listing probably took me 8 hours to get one listing done, which was pretty bad. And then after that, I think by day 3, I was up and flying. And I haven't looked back. I mean, I've got other things that are distracting me. Like I've had one of my, I've got deerhounds, dogs, and one of my big fellas, he died recently. Plus, I've got a sick mum, and I've got a few other things that pull me away, and plus helping with my husband's business. But most of the time, I'm full time. So that's a bit about me.
Awesome. I definitely didn't know all that about you.
No, I don't think too many people would up until now. Yeah.
Cool.
How many lives have you done? Jumping in people's chats, or 2? So we're pretty exclusive club here with having Robyn on there. I feel pretty privileged.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
I'm not too keen on getting in front of a camera.
Well, you do a really good job of it, Robyn. You really do.
Yeah, I was really surprised when you told me. He says, "Well, I get a little bit nervous." I says, "Really?" I couldn't tell at all when you're on Brad and Jazz's channel for the auction and everything for the for the fires and everything. So if you are a little nervous, it doesn't show. So you're doing awesome.
Thank you. No, I keep thinking that maybe I'll get into it, but I'm thinking, like, how much time do you do? How much time does it take up of yours to do this?
It just depends. I mean, whenever I first started, I really only committed to 1 to 2 days a week. But after a while, it gets kind of addicting. You know what I mean? Like I put a lot of time into it now because I try to have a video uploaded 7 days a week, whether that's a live or a pre-recorded one. But really, you can set your own YouTube schedule to be, any amount of time that you'd want.
Yeah, like whenever I started doing it, with the lives, like if you would start doing lives, for example, like maybe you're just working or, you want to talk about your haul. If you do a live, you don't have to do the editing, which the editing is sometimes, depending on how you do it, can take a little longer than, just doing what we're doing here, for example, where we're just kind of taking off the hip and just, shooting out right to the YouTube world, live what we're doing. With editing, you can tie up a lot of time editing stuff. So it just depends on how much time you want to put into it. If you're trying to grow your channel, lives and pre-records help, of course. Some people say that the pre-records are better because more people will have a chance of watching it because the way YouTube pushes it. But I've been doing basically straight lives for a good while now, and it's been helping for sure. Because the lives with the interaction with your audience and the people watching you and everything like that, I think that helps because now people know who you are versus you're just showing them who you are. You know what I mean? And you're able to help people directly. And I love the interaction with the community and the people. So lives have always kind of had a special place for me for all my YouTube, uploads or lives or whatever. I just enjoy them a lot more.
Yeah. Is there something about you have to have a certain number of pre-recorded up before you can go live or something?
No, you need to have 100 subscribers is the way that goes. So as far as like videos and stuff, that doesn't really make too much of a difference. You just need to have 100 subscribers. Now that there's like StreamYard and stuff, there's probably a way around that. I'm just not entirely sure that works.
Yeah, if you have over 100 subscribers, you can go live right at your desktop. Now, if you want to use your phone and like say you're out, thrifting or at the bins or something like that, you can do that. I see them. You could do that. You can do that live if you have over 1,000.
Yeah.
So like I can't do it right now.
You can always use an app called Streamlabs too. That'll help you to get live even if you haven't met that criteria.
I think the thing I need to do is to learn more about the editing though. So if I've got to do some, cut and paste. I'm sure like all of us, the first, few that you do are going to be not so great.
Yeah. I mean, when we first started, my first few videos was just me and my wife sitting on the couch. So not that my videos are like refined now or anything, but they're definitely better than they were.
Some people are incredible at it. Like it's like just seamless, but I'm not sure.
Nana Tink's asking, do we use the same camera for lives and recording, or how's the setup? Okay, so for lives, right now I'm just using the built-in camera on my MacBook Pro. For recordings, I either use the GoPro Hero 7 Silver or my iPhone 8 Plus. So it just depends on A, if I have this, and B, if it has any memory or charge. So I always have my phone as a backup. Certain.
So do you, like the equipment that you use, do you find that the GoPro is the best one to do it with?
It just depends. I've found if it's darker and the lighting's not great, the phone works much better for video quality. But for a lot of things I do, the GoPro works just fine.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have a newer phone, it's pretty much on par. Like I have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is like one of the better phones that you can get right now. That's probably relatively the same as the GoPro. Um, but with the GoPro, you're able to like when I go garage selling or if I'm at the bins, I'm able to wear like a backpack strap.
Mhm.
So I'm able to still use both my hands and dig and look and really show you people what I'm doing, and it's very seamless. Versus, if I'm holding my phone, now I got one hand to do what I have to do to show everything or whatever. So it kind of makes it a little awkward, not only for me, but I think other people too, because when you're holding it, it's just like it's like basically putting
Oh,
someone's
look at
face.
me.
Yeah, like I'm filming. If I have it on my shoulder, I'm acting kind of nonchalant. Even
Mm.
though it's like kind of popping off my shoulder, like people might not really, look at it as much. You know what I mean? Like they might just think it's there, not running. But when you're holding it, people think you're obviously recording all the
Mm.
time, or whatever. So
Yeah, I definitely. I would probably have already upgraded to the iPhone 11 like you got, Nate, if Ash didn't just buy me this awesome Baby Yoda phone cover. That's literally keeping me at the 8.
what size is that?
It's a 8+.
I mean, like what size is like screen?
Um, it's like 5 inches, roughly. 5 by
Okay,
3.
so it might be the same size as the regular 11, maybe. My hold on one second, guys.
While Nate's yelling at Master Splinter and or his children, I just want to let you guys know that the Shamrock Pixie Destiny has a premiere on her channel at 1 o'clock. And then as soon as that's over, Tommy the Bargain Effect is going to be firing up a live working hangout. And I'll be joining him for that. So if anybody's interested in working and hanging out with us, feel free to swing by those 2 channels later on today. You're welcome, Destiny.
So, Anthony, what do you mainly sell?
I
What's
sell a
your
little bit of
main?
everything, but the things I really like to sell are video games and toys. Those are my favorite things to sell. But I'll sell pretty much anything I can turn a profit on.
Yeah, like with me, with eBay, clothing, video games, collectibles, a little bit of books from time to time, plush, um,
Hi, Georgina.
some home goods, like sometimes like sheet sets and different things that I find like retail arbitrage at the stores that are on clearance. But a lot of hearing this and that type of stuff, like all over the place. I wish I can get a little more niched, but it's all about the opportunities that sometimes you have. So having some of the knowledge that I have, I sometimes feel comfortable, getting different stuff and sometimes just trying it out, just buying something different, seeing how well it goes. And sometimes I like buying stuff that's not everyone is buying. I like buying almost like the road not traveled type thing where there might be a little less people there. It might not be as popular, but I might be one of the few people that have it. So
Yeah.
I don't deal in gaming just because I don't know enough about it, like the systems and that. Like I'll sell the games and DVDs and anything else like that, but the Wii's and the Guitar Heroes and PlayStations, unless I genuinely knew that they were working and seen somebody working it, I just wouldn't know what I was selling. I'd have to have one of the kids write something up.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hey, Georgina, welcome. Appreciate you coming in.
Hey, Georgina.
Yeah, I want to get to the point where I walk into a thrift shop or the bins, and basically, hopefully, one day I can go in there and basically pull anything that's like a decent profit. Say I spend $5 and I make 30, anything like that, like 30 and up, like because that's what I want to try and do more, especially on the eBay side, getting some of
Mm.
that more high dollar stuff. Maybe not going as cheap as I do sometimes. Sometimes it's just like Amazon mistakes I take back, and then I just kind of resell on eBay. Um, because I'm not allowed to sell it or whatever the case is. So yeah, I just want to be able to have that where I'm able to maximize every store that I walk into, women's
Mm.
clothes, because I know a couple brands, but I'm not nowhere near where I want to be. Even with the men's stuff, like I'll watch Ronnie Hart, and he's like the master of clothing or whatever, and I have no idea uh, some of these brands that he's shown me.
Yeah, I'm horrible when it comes to that. Like I'm okay when it comes to like men's active wear or street wear, that kind of stuff. But
Mm.
other than that, like I know next to nothing. My wife's been buying up a lot of women's clothes though from Ross Dress for Less lately, and I've been listing those, and it's been like a headache trying to figure out like what to actually look up with the clothing, because there's so many different words and terminologies for women's clothing that I just don't know. Yeah,
Mm.
really, even for men's clothing that I don't know, because I'm not really that fashionable of a person. You know what I mean? Like if I could wear mesh shorts and a t-shirt every day, or jeans and a Steelers jersey, I would do it. So
Yeah. Yeah, over
Jennifer,
here it's flip flops and a pair of shorts.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wind down here. I got a little bit packing to do, and I want to try and get rid of this visitor before I go to work, if possible. So, anyone has any last words for everyone out there, or
I'd
anything?
like to say thank you to both of you
Yeah, thank you.
for having me on and including me in your show, and for all the support that you've shown
Absolutely.
to the reseller group in Australia and to the auction, the fire relief auction that Brad and Jazz ran. So thank you from all of
You're
us.
welcome, and
Oh, no
you're
problem.
always welcome anytime you see us do something. You know, you're welcome to come back on the show. You're welcome in our working hangouts, or anything. So don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
Yeah,
There is, Anthony, I have got a couple of really old Disney pieces, and I
Oh, nice.
think you have a bit to do with Disney.
Yeah, my wife is obsessed with Disney. We actually have we started a channel for her maybe a month ago, and she uploads like videos we took at the park and different hauls she does and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, she is obsessed. Like if you'd see the upstairs of my house, it's like Walt Disney, just like exploded everywhere and covers every inch of it.
Mm. It's just some of these, the grannies that supply me with stock. There's there's Disney stuff, and it's coming out from the like 60s.
Uh huh.
There's some pieces that I haven't identified, so I might come and pick your brain.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll do what I can to help.
Thank you.
also, before we go, make sure if you guys want to donate for the relief cause, it's greatly appreciated. From me and Anthony, from the bottom of our hearts. If anyone could, we appreciate it. If not, it's not mandatory, but if you can, we would appreciate it. Also, if you haven't checked out Robyn's channel, check it out. She might be having some content coming out for reselling possibly one day, so you'll have the inside edge when that happens. Because I think she's gotten the live bug, which Larry has gotten as well, and a few other people. So that's awesome to see. And we always love seeing people go live with us and hang out, and we want to know the faces to the names that hang out in our chat. So thank you all for coming, if I think Anthony's going to have a working hangout later on. So
Yep, it'll be on Bargain Effects channel. Tommy.
It's going to be on Tommy's channel. Okay.
Yep.
So check out for that. Check out Tommy 2.0, the Bargain Effect, and we'll be on Anthony's channel tomorrow. So
tomorrow.